Hey, it's Andre Vargas, the realtor that educates with Realty of Chicago. And today I want to hit on a topic that I get asked by for many first-time home buyers. That is the estimated cost of purchasing a home. I want to get straight into it. The first cost I always talk about that you can find on the buyer's guide that I have made. You can find it at andrevargasteam.com under downloadable content. So the first one is the earnest money, typically between $1,000 to $2,000. That is the initial deposit, and it does go towards your down payment. So if your down payment is $10,000 and you put earnest money of $2,000, you now have to bring $8,000 to the closing table. The next big expense is the inspection. Inspection is typically between $200 and $600. I know specifically for the inspectors I use, anywhere between $300 and $350. Appraisal also might be a back end cost, could be a front end cost depending on your bank, and the price does vary. Some go from $200 all the way up to $600. Sometimes you have to pay up front. Sometimes it's included in your closing costs. Definitely something to ask when you're sitting down with a mortgage lender for the pre-approval process. Your next cost is your closing costs. We say typically the rule of thumb closing costs is between 2.5 and 3%. I typically use about 3%. So what that means is all the title fees, sometimes appraisal fees, lawyer fees, all that could be combined into the fees in itself. So typically, many realtors ask for your closing cost back in something called closing credit. All that basically means is that the seller is willing to give you a credit to cover those closing costs. The next is property taxes. Property taxes, there are many factors to property tax. Typically, you'll find the tax bill online through a tax pin. Definitely, your realtor will definitely know where to find that information. One thing that many people don't know is there's two installments on property tax. The first installment is 55% of last year's tax bill. The second installment isn't known until the installment actually comes out. There might be some added items in there that help out for schools, roads, depending on the village or the city in itself. Also, you have attorney fees. Attorney fees are typically between $300 to $600. I know personally, all my attorney fees have been between $500 and $600. Some attorneys do ask for a portion up front. Some attorneys, or many attorneys, ask for it on the back end or also include it in your closing costs in itself. So another big expense that many people don't or sometimes forget is you have to pay 1 year of insurance. Typically, insurance is between $600 to $1,200 for a yearly premium, and that will be paid before closing. So you do have to get that. Also, another fee that's included inside the mortgage in itself, which definitely you would want to ask your lender when you're going through the process, the pre-approval process, is your property mortgage insurance, also known as your PMI, typically between 0.75 and 0.85% of your loan amount. So two big payments that I ask my clients to understand is your down payment and your closing cost. Your down payment is going to be determined by your lender in itself, typically between 3 to 5%. On the FHA side, you're looking at 3.5%. Sometimes I know our I-10 clients are at 10% to 15 to 20% as far as down payment goes. Your closing cost, again, is typically between 2.5 and 3%. Typically, you get that back when your realtor submits an offer on a property that you like. The type of credits that you could get back are your closing credits, repair credits, and your tax credits. Something to note is that your closing credits sometimes can't exceed a certain percentage of your actual loan amount, and that is also determined by your lender once you guys talk about the pre-approval or during the pre-approval process. Guys, that's it for this video. For any questions, please contact me at info@andrevargasteam.com. You can always give me a call or text at 312-313-1108. You can find all my downloadable content at andrevargasteam.com, where you guys can also get in contact with me with any questions. I appreciate you guys and thank you for listening. See you guys soon.